Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do this makeup look right here. It is not very extravagant. It is super simple and super easy. It is my 5-minute everyday makeup. So if you want to know how to get this look or just some simple tips and tricks on how to get a fast makeup routine done, then continue watching. First thing I apply with my everyday makeup is my Elemis Pro Collagen Marine Cream. This is Pro Collagen, so it is going to plump your skin a little bit more. It helps with the appearance of wrinkles, helps with hydration, and yeah. After that's set on, then I do my moisturizer, which right now I use the Perricone MD Face Finishing Moisturizer. This one I put all over the face, but I bring that one more down the neck as well. The reason I'm using so many moisturizers is, well, I mean, I don't think it's a lot. It's 2 different products so far, but I have really dry skin and I don't want wrinkles. So one for wrinkles, one for moisturizing the skin. They're great. The next product I use is an eye cream. This is also by Perricone MD. It is the Cold Plasma Eye. Then I just take a little bit on my ring finger and then pat it under the eye area. And then if I have any left over, I will put it on the eyelid as well. The reason I use my ring finger is because when you apply with your ring finger, you're actually giving less pressure than you would with your other fingers. Once that's all set, the last step that I do for my skincare is apply an argan oil. This one is by Beauty Untouched. It's pretty old, but all it is an argan oil. I always put my oils on last because I think it sets everything in, it melts it all in. One of the reasons I use argan oil opposed to a different oil is it's got tons of benefits. One, anything left over on my hands, I will run through the tips of my hair. It's good for your hair. I like to use argan oil because it's one of those that, yes, it's an oil, but it dries in the skin pretty fast, so you don't, it doesn't leave an oily look on your skin throughout the day. It's got tons of benefit. It's got fatty acids in it. It's good for oily skin. It's good for all skin types. If you have oily skin and you're using an oil on your skin, it can actually fight against your oil and cause your skin to be less oily in the end. Helps with elasticity. Yes, elasticity. Helps with aging, wrinkles, what else? And then it ends up leaving your skin with, like I said, it doesn't leave it oily, it just leaves it with a glow in the end. So it's just a dropper. All I do is put a couple drops on my hand, and then I rub it together to warm it up, and then I will pat it all over the face. I like to add it to my lips as well. Then when I'm done with that, I'll typically wait about 5 minutes to make sure it's all set in the skin. Right now, I do look a little oily, but like I said, it's an oil. It's gonna look oily at first, but it does dry down into the skin pretty fast. So I wait about 5 minutes. This is usually when I do my hair or something, but my hair is already done, so I'm just gonna give it a couple minutes and then I'll be back. All right, it's been a couple minutes and it's pretty much set into the skin. You shouldn't be able to feel it anymore, so I'm good to go now. Next step would to be foundation, but I haven't been wearing foundation the last couple days just because with wintertime my skin gets extra dry, so I am gonna skip that step today because my daily routine does not include foundation anymore. But if I were to wear foundation, the ones that I would wear is the Makeup Forever Water Blend Foundation. It's a very, very light coverage and it's a water-based foundation, so for me it's good for hydration and dry skin. Now this one too, you have to be careful if you use oils because oils and water do not mix, So that is one thing you have to make sure that if you are using an oil beforehand, make sure it's completely dried and in your skin before you go in with a water-based foundation or primer. Another one that I would use is the Becca Aqua Luminous Perfecting Foundation. It's another decently hydrating foundation. It's got a little dropper and stuff, so it's pretty neat. Those would be my everyday foundations because this one's more of a light to medium coverage. This one's more of a medium to full build up. So on a daily basis, if I'm just going out to run errands and want a quick coverage, these are the two that I would use. If I had a BB cream would be another option for me as well. The next thing I would do is my eyebrows. And since I don't have foundation on, I do a light coverage of the eyebrows, and to do that I use a powder. The reason I use a powder and not like a pencil or a pomade is because the pencils and pomades seem to be more harsh and a lot darker than what a powder is, and I don't want huge big bold brows when the rest of my face is going to look more natural. So I'm going to use the Brow Gal Convertible Brow. It's got 3 different shades in it. And then I'm also going to use IT Cosmetics Angled Liner / Brow Brush. It is the number 217. All right, so I'm going to start at the tail of my brow. So I'm going to use the darkest shade here. If you don't have a powder, like a brow powder, you can always use a brown eyeshadow. Just make sure the undertone is correct for you, because if you're using a warm tone brown, then you're gonna end up having reddish tinted eyebrows. So just be careful with that. So I'm going in with the darkest color, and I'm kind of just outlining my brows first. Okay, then I'm going to take a spoolie, just one of these, any spoolie, and run through it to make sure it's all blended and not as harsh. There, and that is it for the brow. Like I said, I don't want to be, actually I'm going to fix that tail real quick. I'm not sure what's going on with that. But anyways, like I said, I don't want to be like full boom fantastic brow because the rest of my face isn't going to be that way. So that's all I do. It's filled in enough to where it's shaped and not super sparse, but it's not super like, wow, there's your brow. So let's quickly do the other side. They're sisters, not twins. That's all I do for the brows. I have a more in-depth brow tutorial coming up in the Back to Basics series where I show you how to trim them, tweeze them, and shape them and all that stuff. So that wasn't too in detail, but there's my everyday brows now. So next step would be my eyeballs. So let's head on over to the eyeballs. I usually stick with a very simple eye if I'm going to do something. Sometimes I'll just throw on mascara and call it a day, and that will be the whole face. But recently I have been putting just a little bit on the eyes. So I'm going to take my Naked Skin by Urban Decay, the concealer, just put a tiny bit on my finger and then put it over the eyelid. The only reason I do this is because I feel like my eyelids are kind of veiny. And I don't want them to be, so I like to cover them up just a tad bit. All right, that was a super light coverage. Next thing I'm going to do is take my Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette and go in with the shade Divinity. All it is a white shade, and I'm going to take a packing brush. This is a Crown Royal brush, but I don't know which one it is. It is just a packing brush. So I'm going to put a little bit of that Divinity shade on there and pack it all over the lid. This is kind of it's not a stark white, it's more of a bone shade, so it just kind of blends in with my skin tone. And that's basically what I'm going for, is just something that blends in with my skin tone. So I am just going over all of that concealer and setting it. Next, I am going to go in the shade Almond Truffle. Just type a little bit on a blending brush. This is the Morphe M441. It's a blending brush, and I'm just going to sweep that into the crease. Back and forth and back and forth. All this is doing is just giving my eyeballs a little bit of depth so they're not so bland. A little bit of depth and a little bit of color. And that's it. That's all I do. Like I said, it's not a whole lot, but it does it brings more depth to the eyes. I don't have any depth anywhere else on the face since I'm not wearing any contour or anything. The next step, I would either do just mascara and finish off there. Today I'm gonna do some eyeliner on the top, and we're gonna use the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise liquid eyeliner in the shade Black. So the eyeliner that I typically use that I really like is the Smashbox one, but I lost it. So we're just gonna do a quick line on the top. I'm not gonna wing it out or anything. That's all I want, is just a little bit on the top. Again, just to open my eyes a little bit, add some depth and some color, and that's all I do. If I were to do a wing, that would make my 5-minute makeup turn into 20-minute horror makeup, so I'm not gonna do it. Okay, that is good enough. So just a little tiny bit of eyeliner, and then the last step is mascara. So I'm going to use the Wander Beauty Unlashed Volume and Curl Mascara and just quickly coat those lashes. That is it. That is the makeup, and then I'll usually throw on a lip balm. The lip balm I typically use is the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask, but that's my coat right now, so I'm just going to use a chapstick just to get a little more hydration towards them. The Agave Lip Mask does have a tint to it. Alright, that's all it is. It was super simple, super fast. Like I said, some days I do more, and like I'll wear the foundation and put a little more on, but lately I haven't been wearing foundation, so wanted to show you what I'm doing now. And super simple. This is just, like I said, an everyday look that if I want to run some errands but I don't want to look like a bag of sickness, this is what I go for. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Hit the subscribe button and leave a comment below of what you want to see next and all that fun stuff. Don't forget, I am uploading now every Tuesday and Thursday instead of every Wednesday. Thursdays are going to continue to be the Back to Basics series. Tuesdays are going to be more fun videos, I guess, like this. I don't know. Was it fun for you? It was fun for me, so okay. That's all. I hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you Thursday. Bye!